Hi guys, welcome to a new episode of Fresh Jazzy Sounds. We start off with Alice Coltrane, her latest release or album released in the spring of this year. It is a reissue of the cassettes she made in the 80s, and it is something completely different from what I expected. With our chants, with synthesizer below it, very repetitive, intriguing in a way. At some point I thought it was too much, too repetitive, but then if you change it to songs like this, this is so powerful. Her voice is deep, it's dark, it's bluesy, it's a little bit scary, but it's so powerful that I really enjoy that I have something like this in the collection, although it does not fit in any category. On the other hand, it is two sides or two albums, and if they had put side 1 and side 4 together, as you see in some of the 70s albums, that would have been enough for me. 1 and 4, that's enough. 2 and 3, it's maybe too repetitive, but it is something mysterious. It's really, when you listen to it and you have focused on it, you really absorb it, and it's amazing. Next album is Blackism. It's an EP. As you know, I'm collecting a lot of EPs for some reason. It's a very nice way to get into new music. Blackism, I cannot say that much about it. I don't really know that much about them. Fits a little bit with the Alice Coltrane, that's why I put them together. But this is much more jazz funk, but modern jazz funk, where they really put an edge on it. The beat is strong, it's 2017 release, although I think it is recorded earlier, but I don't really know that. And it has a little bit more, how would you say that? Free funk, or free, it's not free jazz, but free funk. So there's a little bit of rhythm, there's a little bit of groove to it, but it also makes it interesting. It gives the music a hard edge. It's very nice. And it's actually something I miss on the next album. Next album is by Rushton. I think a lot of you have the first album, which by the way is reissued if you missed out on it. And that was really also, had that sharpness to it, an edge which makes you listen to it. And the follow-up album is a little bit more smooth. Still a great album, don't misunderstand me. But if you're expecting the first album, it's different. Much more, the album is much more jazz funk. I don't know if that's because of the instrumentation, but all the same people are playing on it, except for the drummer. But they really, the keyboards is much stronger, the electric keyboard. The flute is more prominent, and it is only when you go to side B that they pick up where they left off with the first album. And for me then it gets also a little bit more interesting, but as I said, it's really depending on what you're expecting before you start listening to it. If you did not know about the first album, you would probably love this one. And now for something completely different. Carolee Owens. Carolee Owens is a DJ. I think she makes DJ sets with a lot of house beats and techno music. I'm not into that too much, although I sometimes like a Saturday evening when it's very late to put up something like this. But this album is intriguing because it has something nice. So you hear the beats, but it has this, her voice. It's very reminiscent of the voice of Björk. And it has that same feel to it, although Björk also sometimes went into the dance direction a little bit. And this is very much in the dance direction and goes a little bit to the pop. And that makes this one very nice. It's always nice when artists move around different genres and cross over and go back to it. This one is released by Small Town Supersound, 2017 album. It's her debut album and I must say, excellent. You have, of course, a song with much thicker sound, much more beats, but it's nice. The album is very balanced, it goes both ways. Next album is by Now Again, a reissue, and I think this is one of the last one where no expenses were spared and they put everything on it. It's very high quality again. It's by Rob Thomsett. He's from Australia. Canberra, if I'm right. It's fusion, jazz rock. Again, it's amazing. Now and again they can dig up some artists and some albums. It's amazing. This is, or it's his first two albums, which they put together and released as one. This is more fusion-like, and they also go a little bit more in there. Not acoustic, but more soloist. I don't know what I can best pronounce or say what it says on the label. Yes, Canberra, released in the mid-70s. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Progressive jazz rock. Taking the impressionistic, hazy instrumental jazz. But it has this very high quality and its old songs are very good. This, what we're now listening to, is the second album, Hara. I've not seen it that much in the VC, I know Stavros got one. It's a very nice album, very, very good. And sadly, one of the last is the high quality of Now and Again. Although I have no clue what they have done afterwards. This is the last one I picked up. Next we move on to the Afro Latin Vintage Orchestra. And this is a great album. Oh. Let's take some off. It's a very big band, loads of people. The main man is Mr. Congas. He's called, this is his real name, Master Conga. But you have double bass, drums, guitars, piano, Rhodes, baritone sax, flutes, clarinets, alto sax, bass clarinets, flugelhorns, vocals, violins, alto violins, cellos. It's really an amazing mix of music. And it has a little bit a library feel to it, or a library album feel, because it mixes this kind of 70s jazz funk, Jazz funk is not the right word I'm looking for, but it really mixes those cinematic scenes or movie-like scenes like music. It's very nice. It's released in 2014. It has a groove. It reminds me of a lot of music I have, and it's surprising that it's 2014. For the last album, we go to Azerbaijan, I believe, former USSR. And it's Rain Saltanov, Inspired by Nature, and this is also a very, very beautiful album. And I already know that my little turntable will take away the beauty of this music, because it's close mic'd, and it is, when you hear it on your full-blown stereo system, it's so beautiful. And it is just scenes they are playing, and it's especially the inside where you can see the music that is played. It's typical what you hear. Piano, the sax, it's very relaxing, of course. It's smooth, a little bit like I've been showing earlier this year. But it's very masterful done. And I don't think they recorded it also in nature, but in the studio. But they really give the music time to breathe. There's space. It's very, very enjoyable album. Especially after a working day, put this on and you're in a different world. That's the last album. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Jazz Freshy Sounds. Give it a thumbs up and see you next time. Goodbye.